So as a former Army helicopter pilot who was nearly killed when the enemy got too good a shot at my own aircraft, I paid in blood for my right to ask these three simple questions. First, how dare Pete Hegseth risk these pilots' lives for no apparent reason? How dare a man who is supposed to lift up our heroes let them down so badly? Pete Hegseth's incompetence could have killed American service members. The fact that this administration doesn't seem to take that seriously or care in the slightest is an insult to all who've served. So as a former Army helicopter pilot who was nearly killed when the enemy got too good a shot at my own aircraft, I paid in blood for my right to ask these three simple questions. First, how dare Pete Hegseth risk these pilots' lives for no apparent reason? How dare a man who is supposed to lift up our heroes let them down so badly? And how dare the Trump administration try to get away with sweeping this security breach under the rug, declaring case closed with no repercussions for anyone involved, with Trump going so far as to call this crisis a, quote, glitch. Well, I've got news for you, President Trump. Putting our troops and their families in unnecessary danger wasn't just a glitch. It was an inexcusable, grave mistake, as was choosing Pete Hegseth to be their Secretary of Defense. My Republican colleagues must remember that they serve the people of this country, not Donald Trump's ego. They must understand that our troops sacrifice for our nation, not a wannabe king. And if Pete Hegseth doesn't have the dignity or courage to do the right thing and resign from his post, then Donald Trump must fire him immediately.
The ramifications of this profound national security breakdown are mushrooming, not diminishing. This scandal, far from going away, is actually reverberating among our allies through the national security apparatus and through our military. The Israelis in particular are absolutely outraged and reassessing what their posture is going to be vis-a-vis our intelligence community. The ramifications are sweeping and continuing, and the idea that it's case closed, no way.
I can't even figure out why he did it. It's not important information to those folks on the signal chain. I think he was sort of showing off that he had this information. He's obviously new in this job. And it was my view before he was confirmed that he was unprepared to take on this role. The least qualified Secretary of Defense in perhaps our country's history.
This kind of carelessness, a lack of taking any responsibility, is what is par for the course with this administration, not only in this instance, but and just about everything else that the administration is doing, because this is an administration that governs by fear, chaos, and total unaccountability.